tempt people the most. There's no obvious technical mastery involved. If you can write a sentence, you can probably write a passable novel, and I really do believe that. And of course, each of us already lives inside a novel of sorts, the novel of our lives. Getting this all down on paper somehow seems to be something close to a fundamental human impulse. And it's the reason the novel not only exists in the first place as a literary form, it's the reason it will be around for a very long time, despite the occasional voguey predictions of its demise. As a friend of mine put it, the novel will be at all of our funerals. So the question is actually a very serious one, nothing at all casual, touching on a very real need that people have to explain themselves to the world in some kind of permanent way. Mary and ONeil is no corrections, and I don't mean to even vaguely suggest that it is. But the interesting thing about the book, to me, is that because I spent so long writing it, an awful lot of things happened in my actual life, my flesh and blood life, things that substantially changed the kind of book that it became. I began it when I was 31. I finished it when I was 39. Originally, I had imagined it as a rather lighthearted collection of linked stories about a courtship based in large measure on my relationship with my wife. I say lighthearted because, although I didn't think of it as a funny book, in a classical sense, I had structured it as a comedy ending in marriage. The spring before the summer I began the book, I had in fact done exactly that, gotten married. The writer in me thought of this as great material. And something else. Though many writers had written about weddings, of course, I couldn't think of a single one who had done so from the groom's point of view. Nobody really cares about the groom at the wedding. His big night, as we all know, is the bachelor party. The wedding is 100% bride, and as far as I was aware, the experience of being the groom had gone almost entirely unrecorded in literature. So this seemed like unexploited ground to me, one more reason that I was glad I was married. So I began a story from a groom's point of view, a guy who I named, without any thought at all, ONeil, giving him a last name as a first name, borrowing heavily from my actual wedding day. The hotel, the weather,